Today we're taking a look at one of the coolest new devices designed for long-range shooter, the Shooters Global SG Pulse Pro. Now, in my opinion, if you're a precision shooter and you don't have a level on your rifle, you're wrong. When it comes to precision shooting, consistency is key. So having a level allows you to be consistent behind your rifle. It also makes sure that there's no cant in your system. If you don't have a level and you have cant in your system, the further you go out, the more grief it's going to give you. Now, the SG Pulse Pro goes well beyond just a level, but in the level mode, it's the most accurate level that I've ever used. Not only will it tell me how level I am, it will tell me exactly how much cant is in my system. So this tool can be utilized not only just as a level, but as a training tool, so that I can intentionally add cant into my system and see how it affects my shooting downrange. Now, there's a whole lot that this unit can do, but I'm going to talk about the main key reasons as to why the SG Pulse Pro is now living on my precision and my hunting rifle. As we scroll through the menu, you can see that we have our first one is dope cards. Now, this is a very handy tool. What we can do is we can pair our SG Pulse Pro with our drills app. This app is awesome because it allows us to not only train with the SG Pulse and to learn how to improve our shooting technique, but it also has handy features like our dope card setting. So when we take a look at the dope card, what we're going to do here is we've got a series of targets heading out to approximately 1,000 meters. We're going to engage the targets with the data card that we have set up with our drills app. 200 meters, 4 tenths. 250 meters, 7 tenths. 865 is 6.2. 895 is 6.7. So if we head back into our main menu, we go from our dope card down to our timer mode. Now, the timer mode is going to be an extremely handy function, whether you're training for, say, a PRS competition, or whether you're a hunter who just wants to work on their build and break procedures. Now, I spent a lot of time playing with the level mode because I find it fascinating to see just how much cant actually affects our setup. So I've thrown the SG Pulse Pro on my 22 and we've got a target at 50 meters. And I actually want to see how much cant will affect my system at such a close distance. So to start off, we're going to send a 5-round group at 50 meters so to confirm our 0 is correct on our 22. Now we're going to intentionally add 2 degrees of cant to the right for our rifle system. As I expected at 50 meters, we haven't got a whole heap of difference there. You can see that we're still impacting to the right, which is the direction we're canted, but we're still within the noise of the group. So now we're going to head out to 4 degrees. Okay, so still reasonably within the group. Let's try 6 degrees. Okay, now we're starting to favour to the side that we're canted to, which will always happen when you're canted in your rifle. Now 6 degrees is a fair amount of cant, and most shooters will see that when looking at a target. That being said, let's see how much it actually takes to really throw us off target at 50 meters. So let's cant 12 degrees to the right. There we have it, well and truly off our aiming mark at 50 meters. Now let's do the exact opposite. Let's go 12 degrees to the left. Our impact has shifted to the direction that we're canted and we're well and truly off our target. Now 12 degrees is definitely more than most shooters would see in their system, though it really shows you how much it can have an effect even at such a close distance. Back in our menu, our next menu is stability. Now stability is awesome. This is an absolute awesome training tool. So you can see that when we can get our unit perfectly still, our crosshair steady on our system. Any movement will influence this and it will show you exactly what's happening. Now this is awesome as it is a great way to show you how you're recoiling behind your rifle. It's also a good way to tell you when you're shooting in a less than ideal position, how much movement you have. With stability mode, like level mode, you can adjust how much movement you want to be concerned about. You can adjust it from 1 MOA, half an MOA, 2 MOA, so that you can train with a usable source. If you're shooting a 4 MOA target, you don't have to be concerned about a 0.5 MOA point of movement. If you're shooting a 1 MOA target, then you need to be much more concerned about how much movement you have in your system. So let's take a look. We've got our target at 250 meters. We've got it set in stability mode. Let's have a look at how stable we are behind the firearm. Now the visual lights and stability mode make it nice and easy. So when I have no movement in my system, I get my bright green lights. Green means go. This means that I'm within the parameters of the SG Pulse Pro and I'm stable enough to take the shot. And simply, if I have any red in the system, I am not stable enough to take the shot. So I'm fortunate enough to own both the SG Pulse and the SG Pulse Pro. Now the SG Pulse is an amazing device, don't get me wrong. Though it's amazing to see that Shooter Global actually listen to the end consumer, because there's a lot of things I'd like to have seen adjusted in the SG Pulse that are now available in the SG Pulse Pro. Namely, one, I can be in a dedicated menu on this, say in our dope card, and I still have access to our level. Another big one for me is the fact that I can still use stability and I can also see my level. So even though my main lights are indicating when I'll be stable enough to take my shot, I can still see the level here in the screen, so I know exactly how much cant I have in my system. So the setup I have is the SG Pulse Pro Master Kit, which comes with multiple attachment points. I can attach via Picatinny rail, M-lock, and it also comes with this leveling tool so that I can have the level on my eyepiece. If you're a long range shooter and you really want to step up to the next level, check out the SG Pulse Pro.